Boom, boom. This is going to pretty well come back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up to date. So, as I said in my last video, we were going to be getting an SP hidden weapon, and we do. We have got the Buddha Fury Tang Lotus. So, looks sort of like the original Lotus that they had out there. So it looks sort of like that, just sort of souped up, got a little bit of blue in it there. So standard login rewards, just a standard 3-day event. Okay, there's really not much different. There is no drawing. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing. You've got the lucky, just that you can do. Take your keys, rob, purchase them. Same thing. Tasks in here, definitely want to participate in this because this is really good, and you also get some of the actual happy coins right here. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can purchase, the coins. Okay, so everything is pretty much set. So it is nice that you can actually get some coins inside of here. Normally they would not offering the coins. You would have to get them somewhere else. So they've got the item in here. A pretty good setup. A little bit of everything running around in here. I actually hit some things. I actually hit it when I did my draw today, but it's only one shard, so no biggie. 80 shards are needed to actually create this. That's a little bit less than what it was for triple S's, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get the shards, of course. This is the first one introduced, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a stable amount or if they're just doing this simply because it's the first one to be entered. We'll have to wait and see. But the event is up. Okay, so we've got packs, of course, all kinds of packs left and right. There's nothing different. This is exactly the same thing. Now, you'll be able to, inside of the sale, you'll be able to get 20 of them. Okay? And then you'll be able to exchange and get another 20. So you'll be able to get 40 of the 80. There is no, inside of the login event, login rewards, there is no things, but they do have some SS Plus shards in there, and it's not a full one, but at least it's in there. So that's a little bit good, and then the rest of the stuff is just a minutia, as they would say. So you definitely want to snatch up the ones in here. I snatched up the things, and I did the SP, the triple S, and the SS Plus. I bought all of them. They are usable. Time limit exchange. If you had any of the old lucky coins, you can exchange those in for happy coins. Because these were used on the triple S weapons. Okay, you need to get them over to happy coins to be used on this SP. So if you want to be drawing, because since this is the first, there's not going to be any more. There's not going to be any more triple S weapons, so you might as well just change them in. Okay, then you got the chest. You can do the chest again. Did this before? They need to make this max. Okay, this needs to be a full SS Plus kit. Okay, I've got all 4 of these maxed out, so this is useless to me. So I'm not gonna pull for it. I've got 500, 600 shards of these things straight waiting to be used. I haven't found anything that can be used at. I'm hoping they'll be able to use them on this SP hidden weapon. I'm hoping you'll be able to maybe. I can cash them all in and maybe enhance it. I'm hoping. That's what I'm waiting to see. If it is, I might start doing this again. But right now, I'm just going to do 20. Okay, and just go ahead and get the actual tokens. And the second reward and the event details, of course, 3 days. So today's the first day that it's open. So is the weapon any good? Well, yeah, it's pretty good, actually. I think that in terms of what we've got here is, I think it's definitely something that you want to get, simply because of the fact that it's the first one that they've introduced. Okay, so you're going to be able to get shards for it fairly easy. Okay, so like I say, the first triple S that they entered out, hidden weapon, was a Ta'a. I've already got it maxed out from all facets, enhancements as well as upgrading it. Okay, so this is definitely something that you want to invest in. Okay, maybe since they're doing it at shard like this, we might actually see an actual theater chest for it. Okay, but we'll have to see. All right, so it increases the wearer's attack and defense by 30%. Okay, so listen to that. Increase the wearer's attack and defense. This would be excellent for a tank or a frontline unit. Okay. After equipping, the wearer gains the Lotus shield. Every time this shield is reduced by 10% of its health, it triggers the Lotus Shatter and adds the Lotus Annihilation effect to enemies. When the wearer's health is below 30%, they gain the Lotus Blessing. The damage caused by Lotus Shield is converted into shield based on certain proportion, 80% for a single target and 20% for group. And the shield is evenly distributed between the wearer and teammate with the lowest health. That's the key right there. Evenly distributed between the wearer and the teammate with the lowest health. Okay, so you're obviously going to want to put this on the frontliner. So, but it's going to be protecting that, but it's also going to be protecting one of your backliners, most likely a healer or your AoE attacker. Okay, so they're going to get that, the one with the lowest hit points, which is usually 9 times out of 10. That's going to be one of your backline. Well, yeah, okay. So it's going to be protecting the one, and it's going to choose the one with the lowest hit points, which is nice. I always like when you have targeted effects that benefit the character. I like that in other games where they have a healing that automatically heals, the character that has the lowest health. That's the one that heals. It targets that one specifically because they need it the most. I'm not really a big fan of what I like to call erratic healing, where they just heal and they don't really care. I mean, they divide, let's say you get 30% healing and they divide that 10% for each one. If the other two have full, that's completely useless. Just give all that 30 to the lowest one with the hit points. So that's what it is. So this is going to be targeted, which is what I really like about it. Okay, so it's evenly distributed between the wearer and the teammate with the lowest health. The teammate is reselected every 3 seconds, which means if you, let's say it procs on your attacker, AoE attacker, and now your AoE hacker has maybe full health or 95% health, okay, and then it goes to proc again. It's not going to heal. It might re-heal that attacker, but it might roll to your healer or whoever's next in line for needing it. It could be, but just whoever needs it. So it doesn't focus on, every time it procs, it chooses the person with the lowest hit points, and it does that every 3 seconds, okay? So that's really good. Okay, Lotus Shatter causes 25,000 times the wearer's attack power and area damage to surrounding enemies. Again, you're going to want this on a frontline character healer or a frontline attacker, or preferably a tank, because that the tanks gather the people around them, and so surrounding enemies are going to be focusing on him. Ample damage to those surrounding enemies with a cooldown of 4 seconds. Lotus Annihilation increases the damage received by 20% for 3 seconds with a cooldown of 4 seconds. That's a pretty quick cooldown. Lotus Blessing converts the damage into received healing for the wearer 5 seconds with a cooldown of 16 seconds. Okay, and then we've got some other effects as rally it up. 3,000. That's 367,200 attack power. Just massive. An accessory effect when a wearer attacks, it reduces the target defense by 13% for 5 seconds with a cooldown of 3. Cooldown of 3 seconds. So it's definitely melee based, preferably tank based piece of equipment, which is excellent. I was looking for something to stick on my tank. This will be it. This will go on Inming for the time being. Once I do get it, could be a little while. It's 80. They're giving you a chance to get 40. So theoretically, 60, then 80. I am assuming 3 events should be able to get it. My assumption is they'll make this one a little bit easier to get, simply because it's the first release of one. Okay, so just keep an eye on it about that. But it's a very, very, very good weapon for a tank or a melee. You're going to get damage and a shield, okay, and it's going to heal not heal, but shield the lowest. So that, I like that. I like the fact that it gives them that option. But that makes it very good. Okay. Okay, this chart is between the wearer and a teammate with the lowest health, so it's going to, protect that one with the shield. But so that one's going to be protected with the shield, not taking as much damage. Then one of the other teammates is going to be taking more damage. It might get lower. So in 3 seconds, when it reselects the shield application, it'll reapply it to the next lowest one. So it always keeps the lowest one in mind. So I do like that. Targeted. So yeah, it's a very good weapon. So it's definitely something that you want to get. And like I say, the first triple S weapon that they introduced was the Ta'a. Right here, Ta'a. I've got it maxed out. Okay? Maxed it out quite some time ago. Okay? Fully upgraded. Fully inscribed. Okay? So, there isn't fully enhanced. I'm assuming that you will be able to do this on the Tang San. I will assume that, since it's the first one, there's always going to be a chest for it. Okay? When they start introducing it, if you look in the theater, okay, this has the Ta'a in it. Okay, because it's the first one. It's always going to be the first. You're going to see these chests. Okay, and at first it's only going to have the first weapon in it. So you're going to be able to get more. My assumption is they'll probably, since they're not doing a draw based event type for it, like they're doing for the actual characters, they could just stick a chest in here. Would not be too much of an issue. Wouldn't break anything, considering they're keeping this pretty much the same. So you'll probably end up seeing, not anytime soon, trust me, but probably, when they go, you'll probably, maybe when they introduce the second SP weapon, they'll throw a chest here for that first SP weapon inside of here. And we'll see like that, of course, but they've only got a 2 choose. So my assumption would be that they would increase this to maybe a maximum chest, and then throw a 2 chest or in here for and it would have that particular the Lotus version here. So we'll have to see, but it would be really nice if they do that. So yeah, definitely want to go for this because it's something you will be able to max. It can conceivably be your strongest weapon very quickly, and we'll have to see. Once I get it, we'll do some building on it and get it fashioned up and work it out. And we'll put it on Inmeng. Inmeng would seem to be the logical choice. He's my tank. He's already got it. He's got a pretty good weapon on him right now, actually. He's got the actual SS plus Crimson Sky Luo. And it's got defense. Okay, so that's why it's on him, because he is tank. And he never dies. So it's not, yeah, it's working fine. But I'll be able to move that weapon to one of the other frontliners, my other frontliner. As I said, I'm going to be replacing a character with King Tang saying once I get him. Hopefully we'll get him in the next event, but that's possible because if you saw my last video, I think it was, I had the worst draw in history. I did not get anything. I did not get any SP shards, and I even didn't got any SS shards. It was horrible. So that's pretty much what your worst draw looks like. So it's conceivable that I might not be getting tags in at the next drawing, unless I get a little bit of luck, because my luck did leave me. I'll be able to get 10 inside of the actual exchange shop. That would be my assumption. That people are telling me that there will be a draw for him again, so I'll be able to get 122 guaranteed at the next event, which means I'm going to need to scrape up 18 shards to get him. So 2 draws at 20. It's easily doable, but if I get that draw again like I did before with no shards whatsoever, I'm hoping that was all the bad luck right there out of the way. It wasn't that big a deal if I don't get it, because I'm not going to be able to use him anytime soon. I'll be able to max him out in terms of 5 sun, but when you come right down to it, it's going to take me a little while to build up his actual armor and whatnot before he's doing enough damage that I can actually stick him in there and utilize him. got the awaken and all that stuff. So get the weapons and stuff. So he's not really going to be something that I could stick in there quick. But give me a couple of weeks, and I should be able to get him to the point where it's pretty much where he'd be just as good as what's in there already. And we'll have to see. Maybe sticking the beautiful Tang Lotus on him might be good. He is a frontliner, okay, but he's already got a mega high survivability. If you looked at his attributes, he's completely maxed out in all phases. He's in the upper level of the grid on all attack measurements, as I've showed you in the last video. So I'm not really sure survivability would be something he's going to need more of, since he's really designed for it. But this would be good to work on him. Okay, Tang Sang and put a Tang Lotus on him. Okay, so we'll have to see. It's something to look at. A lot of it depends on what I can do with it when I get it. If there's a way to enhance it quickly and get its attributes up, then yeah, it might be something to stick on him. Otherwise, I'll stick it on. I could stick it on In Ming, and then roll the shield over to Tang San, who's going to be my, he's going to be going in. I'm going to have to test it out, which one it works better on. I'll keep the team. I'll replace, as I've said before, I'll replace Ling Ling. Do a run on the sec boss. Analyze the results. Then I'll put Ling Ling back in and take out Dai, Mubai Evil Eye, and put Tang San in there. And run another boss. And analyze the results. What gives me the best, highest damage is what will is who will replace. My assumption is it's going to be Ling Ling that gets taken out. I don't really need a healer. And now with the survivability of King San, I don't really think I'm ever going to need a healer. It's like having another tank. So I've got literally 2 tanks on the front line, so I really don't have to worry about it. And with this beautiful Fury Tang Lotus, I'm going to have a shield being thrown to my backliners. Okay, so yeah, I really don't see where I'm going to actually need a healer. You're going to have Enmig and Tang San frontlining, and then you're going to have Evil Eye's a frontliner too, but he spends a lot of time. He jumps. He teleports out. He teleports to the back, and then he'll teleport back to the front, and he'll do that multiple times. I'm not exactly sure. I think that's to utilize the actual skill, which is the teleport that he has but he spends some time not in the front line. So this will be helpful in the fact that I'll be able, this shield will be going to Hugh, so that'll be nice. We'll have to see. I mean, it could affect, I don't know. The fact of the matter is, if I take out Ling Ling, and then I've got 3 people that sort of focus on the melee, all back direct attacks might be focused too much, and it might be too much for Hugh. So I might have to actually think about, possibly, take it and put a Ling Ling back in to give me a little bit of healing. That's one of the things you do when you do your testing is, look at the results. Yeah, I might get more damage, but if Hugh's dying or if Hugh's almost dying, it might just have to give up a little bit of that damage and put the healer back in. But it's something you do when you analyze the results. That's the nice thing about this game, is there's options that you can make, or you can change stuff in and change stuff around on the character without having to, there's no, it doesn't cause any problems or any issues. If there's something good, you can dissolve that and get shards back and put it back into something else. So you've got options. So that's one of the nice things about it. So in terms of events, generic events, there's really nothing going on. I did actually get the 100k soul ring, and of course we put it on who else but Hugh. So that was the first one. I have not seen. I have not seen anything. So I've not seen any. This is the first one I've gotten. The drop rate must be so low on this that the only way you're going to get it is through the chest and special events. Okay, I don't see any other way to get it. I've pulled hundreds of inside of the Royal Hunting Ground. Have not seen it. If you go into the darkness and look, this is the one I can sweep. It's supposed to be in here. I've never seen it drop. Okay, it just never seen it drop. To be quite honest with you, I see more of the 100 soul rings inside of the actual lower level things than I do up here. Okay, so I'm not sure what the upgrade is on this, but it's not very good. I'll tell you that much right now. It's not. It's horrible. So yeah, you're probably going to have to be getting up into. You're probably going to have to be getting up. This is the end right here. You're probably going to have to get up here around 700 or 600 before it starts becoming a percentage that's realistic for obtaining. Do runs in here if you want, but you're gonna get better. You're gonna get these more often here than you are inside of the other ones. See, I got one right here. See, yeah, the percentage is higher here. The uprate is a little bit more, so you're going to get them from here, which is good. I mean, that's good. That's lower level players are not going to be able to get, might not even be able to, lower level players just starting out are probably not going to be able to beat anything in here because this is really difficult. Okay, I'm at 50 billion. Let me rephrase that. I'm actually, yeah, almost at 50 billion. But yeah, it's difficult to get. It's difficult to go through these. Okay, so because you have to apply all the debuffs against you, so it just makes it really difficult. So it's really, I'm nice that they've made it so that you can get right below the highest level, the black ones, that you can't get them from there, and you can get them fairly regularly. I mean, I've got pretty much black on pretty much my entire team. Wrong skins. The soul rings, as you can see, just one right there. I need to get a 3. See, I've got them. It's get them as you get them. You can equip them, so it's not, it's not that really big a deal. There's one right here. I can equip and get a 6 on them. And that's it right there. I don't have anybody on him. So as you can see, it's a little bit more effective in the lower levels. But yeah, I have not seen any. I've got the one red I got was from the event. It's from clearing out this daily event, from clearing out the Royal Hunting Bass right here. So yeah, nothing else ongoing in here. Okay, everything's pretty normal. Time limited events, we got the standard up. Okay, your deluxes, your consecutives, your special sale, weekly gift bags. Definitely want to purchase. I'm going to be purchasing this. Okay, I'm just going to wait until I do my chest and wait a little bit while to get it. You don't have to get it right now. I've got 5 days before I have to get it, but I will be purchasing it. I already did purchase the first 2. Okay. Nothing else up. Nothing really set. We're back into the battle pass. You want to keep focusing on the battle pass. They still have not stuck the skins in here. Does not look like the skins are going to be introduced in here. If anybody plays on the China server, could you take a look at your exchange? Tell me if they actually put all of the triple S skins in here. I'm thinking it's not going to happen. And if it's not, then I'm just going to start purchasing these and these. These are the only 2 items that are even remotely considerable to all the hassle that goes through to get this thing. This is just not enough. This is nice. It's selectable. So that's nice. So this is what I'll be using it on. You can purchase 3 each, so that's 60 shards each battle pass. This is just not worth it for the cost, because you have to spend about 9,000 diamonds to get the extra 10 levels to get to the level to get the actual token. Okay, 9,000. This is not 10 devils. It's not 9,000. It's not worth. That's not worth 9,000. 30, yeah, something to consider. But this is not worth that. This is not really worth it either, but it's a lot harder to obtain, which makes it an attractive option. So if I need to, this is what I'll be purchasing. I will not be purchasing this. It's only 10. You know, every time they get a Soul Beast event, you can just do the chest and get 60. So yeah, which, you know, this is what? This will give you 50. And you go through 5 of these. Nah, not worth it. Increase this, and then it might be worth it. But yeah, this is really the only item in here, which is really worth it. Okay. I got some, you know, I do like the fact that they've got some skins in here, and I'll probably be purchasing skins. Probably going to purchase one for Inming, simply because of the fact that I have no chance. I really not going to actually change him out. I expect he'll be with me for a while. I love the fact that he's an excellent tank and he does good damage for a tank. So it gives me both the best worlds, and he's a defense, he's a tank, so he's different soul rings, which makes it easier to build him. So we'll have to, you know, what's something we'll look into. But that's all I got. So that is all that they've got inside of Time Limit. Nothing else is different up here. Everything is the same. Lucky Treasure. Make sure you do the sweeps. Okay, I've got 2 questions about this. This is a sweep. Okay, it's very specific. You can only do 3 of these a day. You can't do any more, so you cannot miss a day. Okay, if you take a look at the actual thing, there's no, you know, there's no leeways. You can do 3, and you can purchase 3. Okay. So 6 a day. Second day you can do 12. Third day you can do 18. Okay. So you've got 3 sweeps, and then you can purchase 3 more sweeps. Okay. You have to pay diamonds. It's like 50, 100, and 200, I think is what it is. Or is it 50, 100, 150? I can't remember. But you purchase 3 of them. And it's inside of the Metal City. Right here, sweep. Okay, you can only purchase 3 of these. And what it does is it sweeps to your last level that you completed. Okay, that's what it does. So you get 3 when you do your dailies. If you do your daily through Woo, it'll go through and it'll sweep you 3 times. Then you could purchase 3 more sweeps. Okay, and that's the sweeps that are used for this. See, sweep. Okay, you could only do 6 a day. You need 18 because you definitely want to get this, because that's more draws on the thing. So 18, that's the max you can get. If you miss this one day, you're not going to be able to get this. There's no way you can purchase it at all. Okay, once that day is over, it's over. So make sure that you do your sweep. It's hidden. I don't know why they hide it. I mean, it's always been hidden. It really wasn't that much of an issue because the rewards in it were piddly. So I would do it. It was like just sweep, do, you know, Soul Beasts 12 times or something. Something really easy to get, but the rewards were just piddly and they were useless. The rewards that are now are actually pretty darn good, but they've made it to the point where you got to be on your toes. Because, like I say, when you sweep, when you do your dailies, it'll sweep it 3 times. Then you have to manually come in here, sweep and purchase it 3 times, and then run the 3 more sweeps. That'll give you your 6. And as you can see, there's no way. This is it. 6 a day, and that's all you can get. So if you miss a day, there's no way to come back and get it. So if you miss a day, you're not going to be able to get the happy coins, which will allow you to do a rob. That's 5 robs. That's a really good chance to get some shards for this SP Beautiful Tang Lotus. I'm really hoping that that's something they keep in there because that's really cool. Okay, so yeah, so 6 sweeps a day. You need 18, which means you can't miss it because this event is up for 3 days. Okay, and you need to do the sweeps. So get in there and knock them out. Don't forget them. Purchase it and make sure you do keep up on it. Other than that, everything else is pretty much simple. There's nothing really else going on. It's a good weapon. It's an excellent weapon. Definitely go for it. Definitely try to get it and work on it because, as I'm sure, as we saw from the top, it's easy to max it out. It's the first one. You're going to, anytime you see a hidden weapon event, you're going to find shards for this. Okay, and this will all you'll be able to get shards for until they introduce the next one, which could be a month or 2 down the line, because they've got to introduce divine tools, spirit souls. Okay, so you don't see hidden weapon events where they introduce a new hidden weapon very often, but what you will see is in events and in hidden weapon events that they have, the little hidden weapon events appear in the time limited, you're probably going to see chests where you can get a few of these shards. Okay, so there's a 3, 4, 5, 6 week window where all the shards that you can get are only for this, because it's the only one that's introduced. You'll be able to get it. That's how I got Ta'a maxed out, is because it's offered on everything and you can always get it in all events. Plus there is the first one, so there's free. So I got a feeling they're going to do the same thing with this. So it's definitely something you might want to hedge your bets on as to get it. And doing 5 draws inside of here would help, because as you can see, it's quite prevalent. I mean, they've even got this 30 in here, which I thought was amazing. Hit that, you'll be able to get this, you'll be able to get the thing in one thing. So I'll be, I'll do my sweeps and get those, and I'll have 5, and I'll be able to do 5 draws on here, 5 robs, and should be able to walk away with stuff. But all the rewards on here are good. Everything is SS plus and above. So, and if you look at the chest, it's a full chest. Okay, so it's not the low end chest. These are the full chests. These have all of the weapons in it. So it's usable. It should be usable. Okay, and if you look at the actual, it's always 10 shards. So, so, and then this is the triple S's, and this is all of triple S's. Okay, so this is really good. I mean, everything in here, except, this is not really nice, and stamina is not really nice, but, but other than that, everything else is pretty nice inside of here. So it's definitely something that you want to try to, you definitely want to pull on. So getting those coins will be very helpful for that. So I do like the fact that they're doing, and it's a really good piece of equipment. It's something we actually needed, because we really didn't have. I mean, they gave us the triple S hidden weapon, the absolute defense. If you take a look at your hidden weapon, I have not been able to build it yet. It is right here, absolute defense. This is a really good weapon as well too. But really, there's really no shards for it. The only time you get the shards for it is for when the event that it came out. So, yeah, I conceivably get this before I'll be able to get that. So that's just, that's just the way I look at it. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm definitely going to go for it. Because, yeah, these are nice, but they're getting a little bit outdated. As you can see, I've already got 3 of the triple S's enhanced out to the max. But shards are very rare, so it's difficult to upgrade these. I'm focusing on the spirit cannon right now. So, we'll have to see exactly what we can do. But I'm focusing on the spirit cannon, and you can get the actual 9 souls. Transition is a free. The 2 chests is Ta'a and a 9 transition soul. So I'll be able to get this built up here pretty soon. I can't put it on the Ta'a because it's maxed. So yeah, once but I'll always be able to put it on a transition soul. And I'm working right now on getting the concentrated spirit cannon worked up. I'll be able to take it to 3 stars. And that's, that's the goal right now. So I've already got the 2 stars, and you start to see pretty big effects just by starting it up. So it's definitely something to look at. But I'm hoping I can get the Buddha Fairy and put that in there, so that'll be really hope. Anything with Buddha in, that's got to be good, right? So that's all I've got for today. All right, so get in there and knock it out. Excellent event, 3-day event. Do not forget to do those sweeps to get those happy coins to do the robs. Okay, definitely want to focus on that. Other than that, everything else is pretty much normal. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. Kendrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.